So I chose to do my hot topic over free Narcan or free insulin. I feel like there's a big talk right now about why is Narcan free for addicts who continually choose to overdose, or not choose to overdose, but choose to keep doing the drugs that they have seen people overdose on, they themselves could have overdosed on, compared to insulin, which a lot of people did not choose diabetes. I mean, events in their lives could have ended up with them getting diabetes, but they did not choose to have the disease. So, I first want to just compare the two. So, what is Narcan? Narcan is an opioid antagonist that blocks the effects of pain-relieving and highly addictive drugs. It blocks the body's mu, delta, and kappa receptors from forming attachments with these opioids. So, why is Narcan used? Narcan reverses opioid overdose, which includes respiratory depression, diagnosis of suspected or known overdose, and blood pressure support and septic shock. So there are 4 different forms available for Narcan, that is IV, IM, sub-Q, and nasal. The IV, IM, sub-Q forms come in 3 different strengths, 0.02 milligrams, 0.4 milligrams, and 1 milligram. These come per ml in sterile solution. This option is more for healthcare workers and trained family and friends of addicts. So then the nasal form is 4 milligrams, and this is more for people who have no medical training. It is available from your pharmacist with no prescription, and most insurance plans cover this. So over here I have a diagram, and it explains that an overdose is when the receptors in the brain are overwhelmed by an opioid, and the receptors slow, stopping the ability of the body to breathe. So Narcan comes in and reverses this process. Narcan has a strong attraction to the brain receptors and displaces the opioids long enough to allow breathing to begin again. And it just shows somebody inserting the Narcan nasal form into the nose so that anybody could do it. So then over here with insulin, what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone that is produced by the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas, which regulates the amount of glucose in the blood. Why is insulin used? Insulin is a diabetic person's lifeline. You have either total or partial dependency, depending on if you are a type 1 or type 2 diabetic and how long you've had your diabetes. So approximately 7.4 million people in America use insulin. 51% of those use long-acting, 15% use rapid-acting with a pen, 16% use rapid-acting with the vials, and then 17% use short-acting with vials. So over here it says the cost of Narcan over the counter at any drugstore, the generic form of Narcan is $20. But insurance covers most costs, and public health centers actually hand out Narcan for free. Whereas over here, this is a chart of different insulins and then the price of insulin per dispenser and then per insulin unit. So Humalog vial is $332, and it ranges anywhere from about $72 to $332. So that's a big range, and if you depend on insulin, those vials are not going to last you a year. You use a lot of those throughout the year, so the cost of insulin adds up. So Narcan is available nationwide per legal prescription and over the counter in 36 U.S. states. Physicians actually have been prescribing Narcan with opioids to minimize the risk of chemical dependency. So, some fun facts. Narcan works to reverse opioid overdose in the body for only 30 to 90 minutes, but many opioids remain in the body longer than that. Because of this, it's possible that a person who has gotten the Narcan can still experience the side effects of an overdose after it's worn off. Also, some opioids are stronger than others and might require more doses of Narcan than others. The number of prescriptions for Narcan has actually doubled from 2017 to 2018. In 2017, there were 270,000 Narcan prescriptions, while in 2018, there were 556,000. So if each person with a high-dose opioid prescription, such as morphine or oxycodone, nearly 9 million prescriptions would have been dispensed in 2018. So that's a lot of Narcan. So just looking at this, it surprises me that insulin can be $332 and you can get Narcan for free when people who have diabetes need that to live and they have no choice whether or not to take it. Whereas people with opioid addictions have either seen somebody overdose, they know somebody has overdosed, they themselves might have even overdosed, and they keep on getting this Narcan for free whenever they need it.